There are Egyptian American Muslim women, terrorists talking in my head, screaming day and night. Okay, literally every second of the day. So I went to Seal Beach with my Bible study group. The terrorists talking in my head kept causing me one stroke after the other. I could not utter one word. I couldn't utter one word, and when I started talking, my voice was squeaky and low. Okay, they're suffocating me. They're screaming in my head. And so, mind you, they're playing with my head. And now I'm home and I want to be here with my daughter, and I see her still in her pajamas. Okay? They're playing with my head. The terrorists are playing with my head. She's still in her pajamas, and she has not left her room in 3 days and sleeps a majority of the day. The terrorists talking in my head will scream. Last night, they were screaming literally all night, and I feel like they were the reason why my daughter couldn't sleep till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and then she comes in my room, and she lays by me when she's finally ready to sleep. But the terrorists were screaming in my head, hoping that I would toss and turn to keep her up. More. Dude, the behavior, it's just way too in sync. The voices in my head and certain behaviors that I'm seeing people exhibit are way too in sync. I want the terrorists talking in my head sentenced to death. What they're using is a mind control, mind reading, telepathy war weapon that could take control of your devices, and it can take control of your vehicles. They're screaming in my head. So I'm livid at the moment because I'm fed up. I'm done. The bitches talking in my head, really honest to God, think they're talking to me as if I'm their child or I'm a child. Like I said, you're going to die for us. I said like they're talking to a dog in my head. Like, what the fuck? And then furthermore, they want me uncomfortable in my condo. So prior to moving here, I had another condo. I was living in another condo, a bigger one. But my kids were primarily with their dad. And so I was like, oh, it's such a big space, honestly. It feels so empty in here. It's better if I move into the smaller condo. So this is the condo I'm in now. But prior to moving into these condos in this community, I was renting. And I was first renting in Tustin. And the terrorists talking in my head would scream and scream and scream and get me to play music like to its max, and everyone in the community could hear. Okay, and at that time, I didn't know the terrorists were talking in my head, and they were trying to get me kicked out, and on top of it, trying to ruin my mom's credit by putting an eviction on her credit her credit history, because the lease was in her name. And I would try to drown out the terrorist voices, and I thought it was my neighbors, and I would call the cops. At that time, luckily, the house was vacant, my mom's house, because my dad had just passed away. And this is how disgusting, psycho, the Egyptian American Muslim women terrorists talking in my head are. My dad had just passed away, and the house was vacant. So I was like, okay, fuck that, fuck the neighbors. I'm just gonna move in to my mom's house. Nobody's there. My mom was living with my grandma, and I was like, okay, a peace of mind. So I used to come to my mom's house and stay in Mission Viejo. When I had an apartment in Tustin. Okay. And then, luckily I made it through that lease. However, the leasing agent did tell my mom, hey, like, your daughter's having breakdowns. And my neighbors, I mean, luckily my neighbors never complained to request for us to get evicted. But at that point I thought, like, people are stalking me, I want to move. And so my mom was like, come on. And she felt like I was going through something. So she helped me again lease